Alright guys, if you've been following along, you know that I had to cut a small hole here because we forgot to feed the outlets in our daughter's room. So got that all done, they're tested, they all work. Now we gotta fix this. So I thought I'd do a video on how to patch a drywall hole. So part of the reason I chose smooth walls is one, I know my kids will bang into the wall and I'll have to repair something, and smooth walls make it way easier. If you have textured walls, it's nearly impossible to match the texture. So that's why we chose smooth walls, and it makes situations like these a lot more bearable than if you have textured walls. So got this piece, I'm using the same piece that I took out. I'm putting it back in. So you can see, kind of take your utility knife and cut an angle on all four sides. Same with this, that'll give it a place for the mud to go in. This one this small, you probably wouldn't have to do this, but I got two little blocks. One will go here, and one will go right there. And that way I'll have a good backing for my drywall. So we're gonna go ahead and first install these blocks. If you end on a stud, you don't have to do that. In my case, I did not. I wanted to cut as little as possible out of as I could, so I'm just gonna block it back in. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we got the blocks put in, and you want your screws just to go below the surface. You don't want to bury them too deep because then you tear the paper and you lose your holding power, but you want them just below the surface so they'll disappear when you apply the mud. So got that in there. Now I can put our piece of drywall back in, put some mud on, embed the tape, let it dry, and then we'll do the second coat when that's dry. Just gonna trim off these loose parts right here. Our blocks are right here, and then this is the stud. Then you can see I have this grooved out all the way around. So all we're using is some pre-mixed mud. So you just want to fill that little void and then have enough, a thin layer of mud that the tape can sit in. And then you're just gonna press that into the mud and let it dry. It's actually the next day from when I patched this hole, and I'm just gonna lightly sand it real quick, and then I'm gonna apply the second coat of mud. I'm just gonna use 6-inch knife this time and just keep feathering out. So I'll do 6-inch knife and then let it dry, and then the next time I'll do like a 10-inch. That's basically it. Just applied my second coat. I'll let it dry, sand it, and then I'll just work it out a little bit further, and then I should be able to get a good finish where you can't tell that this hole was ever there. All right guys, that's what it looks like after the second coat. It actually looks pretty darn good there, but I'm gonna put one more coat on. So I'm gonna lightly sand this and then put another coat on. I'm just gonna use a little sanding block. All right guys, so I just feathered it out another 6 inches from where it I last did it. So this is the third coat, final coat, pulled all tight. Have to do very little sanding on this. So I think this is gonna turn out really nice. So what we're working with in the final coat, I got a little bit of a ridge right here. Feather out the edges and it'll be ready to paint, so. All right, so last thing, if you want to make sure it's perfect, just take a flashlight or even your cell phone light and you can see all the imperfections if there are any. So this looks really, really good. And I think I'm gonna get the painted up and it'll be back to normal. So guys, so that's a wrap for patching a drywall hole in your wall or something you had to cut out to fix something. It's a pretty easy process. It's a great way to start learning how to do drywall. And if you try to find somebody to come do a small repair like that, it's pretty tough to get somebody to come out and do that. And when you do, it's way more money than what it costs to fix something like this. And the tools you see right here, I just have a set of, I think it's a 6, an 8, and a 12-inch knife. I like to use the paper tape. And then I just got a small little putty knife to set my tape. And overall, it's a pretty easy process. I am by no means a professional, but if you take your time, this is a pretty easy process and something I believe you can do yourself. So appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, do me a favor, hit it, and we will catch you on the next video.